Bean, is Neon is overpowered? I agree. I think so too. But in this video, we're gonna look at why is that.
Bruh.
Perfect imbalance is a powerful tool in game design. Is the idea that intentional imbalances can create dynamic and evolving gameplay. You don't want to be your game as especially multiplayer games like chess because the over the time chess did not get any update, no power changes, knights cannot move more or less, etc. That the strategies about this game evolve into a point that there's a either you follow or try to create, but in order to create you have to master the game in years and years and years of practice. Or other example, StarCraft 2, where the game was so balanced that it turned into a not strategic but action game because at some point everyone figured out the strategic aspect of it and the knowledge transferred very fast. It becomes who will click the button mouse one button faster to create more units. However, games like League of Legends thrive on the perfect imbalance where there's no one single strategy or play style to stay dominant for long. Perfect imbalance requires precision though, is a fine line between engaging disruption and outright frustration. Neon doesn't seem to walk this perfect imbalance line. Her kit tilts far into a chaos where leaving players struggling not to adapt but survive. When you face Neon, you're trying to survive. You can't adapt because you can't react.
Bro, like, do you see this? He's sliding in and his character is going. Like, how the f am I supposed to shoot that?
So let's start with Neon and her sliding ability, which is the most, I think, problematic ability in the game and kind of breaks the game because the rest of the game is not balanced around it. Let's explain a little bit further and also compare to the Neon to other duelists. So there's two types of duelists. There's a pseudo initiators I call, such as Neon, Phoenix, and ISO. They sets the Space Sacred Initiator, which is the second type of duelist, Space Sacred duelist, such as Raze, Jet, Neon. So let's look at the how Jet and Raze take space. So what happens is that Jet smokes, dash into her smoke, and pulls the crosshair of the defenders, and pulls the attention of the defenders, so refs of the team can enter the side more freely or less casualty and more secure. Raze also the same boat. So Raze satchels to in the bind top of the boxes on A or B and pulls the attention of defenders and rest of the team can enter the side. So what's the what happening in that progress? Jet and Raze take in space. They take the space, pull the attention, and have to wait for the team to start fighting or other utility. But Neon breaks that entirely. Neon ignores that because the skill expression of Neon is shifts from opponents' tactical positioning. Okay, I'm gonna avoid this. Jet dashes here. For example, I'm gonna put a Molly there, Killjoy Nana Swarm, and when she gets out, I'm gonna kill her from this angle, whatever. So that shift from tactical positioning to sheer reaction time, which is Valorant is not designed around. Because the old gunplay designed around you have to be standing still or not moving very fast. But Neon, so let's compare the Jet and Raze again. So when Jet and Raze take in space, they cannot kill you while doing that. Even though even the Raze ults you while satcheling, you still can shoot her in the air so much. If you are skillful enough, you will hit that shot, and you can also express your skill in that case too. But against Neon, there's nothing you can do. It shifts from sheer reaction time, and no human can react that fast. No human can hit that Neon sliding and hitting you, one tapping you before you one tap her, because you have no reaction time. As a human, we have no reaction time. So that's why, and also the gunplay of the Valorant, also other duelists in Valorant, Neon is like a black sheep, doesn't fit into design. That's why it sticks out, and also there's so much frustrating to play against because you feel like you have nothing you can do. Neon Kit doesn't do that. It overwhelms the game. Instead of encouraging creativity, her dominance forces players into reactive and defensive playstyles. So what I mean by that, what you can do against Neon, either she has to hit a cipher trip so you slow her down and actually kill her, or if she doesn't get a hit Cypher, that's the only counter play you can have. Or maybe in KO, in if you have a well timed 0 point. That's the only thing you can do, and it's only slows down Neon for 7 seconds in KO case. So she dictates the pace every round and leaving the little room for strategic diversity in the game. So let's say in League of Legends there's a very very powerful legend. You have so much options to solve that, so much other things to solve that. But Valorant right now, we don't have that much agents in the game or other tactical things in the game to solve that problem. That's where she sticks out. So why Neon? It's so Neon's aggression and also power. It feels so much echoed in the competitive scene. So difference between chamber meta, that in order to be good at chamber, you just have to be good at one thing, which is aiming. But in order to good at Neon, you have to good at your movement, you have to good at with the ability, you have to good at with geometry of the map, and you have to good at with aiming. So that's why Neon in high levels, it feels so much frustrating to play against, because players in high level already excel on those skill sets, and in lower levels that maybe is not be seen. So as a game designer, there's two types of balancing you need to do, especially in multiplayer games. That there's a casual audience and there's a professional audience. So professional audience doesn't bring you money as a game developer or game designer. Casual audience does. So you have to make your casual players happy, which is create perfect imbalances to make them engaged. But in professional players approach the game as they should be. In order to be a competition, it should have to be fair. So professional players try to make the game fair. So casual players try to have fun. So very boiled down, of course, this statements. So in lower levels, I think Neon's skill expression is so much counterable, because lower level players, either they're not excel in many cases of, like, if they're good at aiming, they're bad at movement. If they're good at movement, they're bad at aiming. If they're good at aiming and movement, they're bad at using utility, for example. So one of them lacking in the lower levels. But in high levels, all players excel in the both three categories, that Neons create so much unbalanced and non-fun engagements in the game should be tactical shooter. And also, Valorant is a team-based game. So, but with the Neon so overpowered, everyone trying to use it, it shifts from team-based tactics to countering a single character. So this is a very unhealthy balance and all unhealthy state of the game, because Valorant competitive have to be competitive and fair. So let's wrap it up with perfect imbalance. Perfect imbalance works the best when every player feel they have tools to counter any strategy they throw out, and makes people empowered to doing so. When you hit a nice time, for example, when you hit a nice time breach stun, when you hit a nice time flash with the KO or Sky, so you feel empowered to do that. So, but Neon currently denies this opportunity, especially in competitive and pro play. And hopefully the nerfs of the Neon will be addressed that and bring back to the balance to the force. Because Neon right now is the dark side of the force, which is a pathway to many abilities
Some consider to be unnatural.